For many, reading provides an escapism from the day-to-day, with it being a good way to pass time. But for the homeless and vulnerable, books are not always readily accessible or available. So, One York Charity decided to change this.
So, Bookcase for All, we provide books for homeless and vulnerable people within York. We provide homeless where we come into soup kitchens, such as Kitchen for Everyone here, and people can take the books as and when they want to. So we come in every fortnight with a different selection of books each time, and then people can just take them as they want. We also have static bookshelves, which are in varying hostels around York, and we take books in and out of, for example, Women's Refuge and places like that as well.
Accessing books is not always easy for those who sleep rough.
Aimed at people who, for whatever reason, wouldn't necessarily have access to books. Obviously there are libraries in York which do a really good job, but sometimes people that are homeless, they don't want to have to worry about the state of the books, so we're very clear that we don't ask for books back. Sometimes people bring them back, which is great, but we certainly don't ask for them. Because people have enough to worry about if they are rough sleeping, and that they don't need to have to then worry about books as well. So it provides books for those people that would, if they're in a hostel, wouldn't necessarily feel comfortable going into a library where it's busy, there's people around, and so therefore there are books within the hostels that they're staying in which they can just dip in and out of as they want to.
But why did they decide on books?
Mainly because I'm a massive reader myself and I love books. I have an awful lot of books at home, and in York there's an awful number of really good organisations that provide essential items, whereas books are just that little bit of luxury that actually, if someone is homeless or vulnerable, they don't necessarily get a lot of choices in their life, but they can come along and they can choose which book they want.
It's what we find with a lot of people, particularly those that may be rough sleepers who are on the streets. Those who do enjoy to read, they find it a little bit of escapism. You can imagine if you're out in the streets 24 hours a day, having that opportunity just to, even just for a short period of time, to take your mind off things is a nice thing to do.
Through working with the rough sleepers within the city, Bookcase for All have learnt what community really means.
I think from my point of view, I think it's dealing particularly with the homeless community, that it is a community. There's lots of different people, there's good people, there's bad people. I think sometimes homeless get bad press, particularly around things like addiction and begging. And yes, there are some people like that. The vast majority of people aren't. It's important to help them just because some people feel a little bit lost, a little bit out of the system. Yes, there's lots of support around, but it's not always, these people don't always know about it. So helping them through Bookcase for All in particular, we can start discussions with people that may not necessarily get a chance to speak to someone and help point them in the right direction.
From working with the homeless, Bookcase for All hope to expand next year into providing adult learning schemes for those who perhaps can't or struggle to read. York Atkinson, That's TV.